Subscribe my channel and press the bell icon to never miss an update.
So there was this wonderful story which said 2 women, 50 viewers and 5.5 CR, and that's still a number of 2019. I'm sure the numbers have grown further. Sujata and Tania Biswas, welcome to Daydreamers with Himika, and thank you for that wonderful brand called Suta that you have built.
Thank you, Himika. Lovely coming online and speaking to you. So we look forward to the conversation. And such an energetic description of the brand. We really love it.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Now, I would like to start with a beautiful milestone that we read about you just a few months back, where the prestigious Economic Times called you as one of the industry leaders in the startup segment. How does that feel? Please tell me the journey. Please tell me about that moment.
It's surreal. Even now, when we think about it, it's so vivid in our mind that, Economic Times encouraged, this is a way of encouraging us in this journey, which is like a 5-year long journey. And for us, it feels long, but I know 5 years is nothing. And being recognized by somebody like Economic Times, it's huge. Yeah, we're on cloud 9 when it happened, because it's a great feeling, because 5 years and reaching so many people's wardrobes, and the news was something which we didn't expect. And also, just to add that we won 2 more awards, which are very, very special. So we'll talk about them. So it's one is Social Samosa Award, which is about best brand, and one more we got She Maker, which is also the best startup 2021. So which happened like back to back, and it's amazing because you constantly put hard work. All of us do, and being recognized for that, it gives you that boost, and you keep doing more and more hard work.
Right. But tell me something. The idea of Suta, now what happens as women of today, especially the ones who are going to work, and a lot of us go to work, a lot of us have a very different lifestyle when it comes to our dressing. How did you think that today's modern women will start choosing the sari again? Because your brand is predominantly bringing back what is considered something that people will wear for a marriage or maybe one of those festive occasions. So bringing sari back to business and back to real professional businesses of people going out to office with it. How did you think that this would happen?
We didn't think, to be honest. It was always like we felt that there is this stereotype attached to saris, saying only for puja you wear saris, only during weddings very you wear special saris. Occasions you reserve the saris for that. And we didn't like it. Like when we were in corporate, we felt that this is just undermining sari, and we had seen our elderly women in the family, mothers or aunts and grandmoms, everyone wearing sari and doing about literally everything in the household, chores or going to the market. And sleeping in a sari, Yeah. And it felt really beautiful. Women in a sari, it felt elegant, and so we wanted to try it out, and when we did, we loved it even more. And see, we just look, and it just like you feel nice, right? I'm sure you're wearing a sari and it looks gorgeous. So, so I'm saying sari it's so versatile an attire that it was just under celebrated, and we just felt that probably if we feel bad, probably there'll be some women who also will feel bad, and they would love it if saris are brought back to its glory. And we didn't know it becomes so big or so celebrated, but we're happy that where we are. Yeah, and plus sari is such a versatile dressing attire. Plus, it's sustainable because it can fit you any time. Be you any size and shape you are. in your lifespan, it will constantly fit you, and you can drape it in different ways. And also exchange, you can exchange it with your friend, your sisters, or you can pass it on to the next generation, and sari will not change its shape. So it's such a beautiful thing, and since it was not spoken about, and we've seen Indian women wearing it so often and just suddenly vanishing, just felt that bit bad. So yeah, here we are with saris spread across everywhere.
Okay, now since I'm also from a Bengali family, I'm a Bengali and you're also Bengali. Does Bengal have a role to play? Because see, Bengalis wear a sari a lot more than many other cultures wear the sari. So did the state, did the heritage play a role in this?
To be honest, it's both Odisha and Calcutta. We are from Bengal, West Bengal, but a lot of our childhood has also been spent in Odisha. So, us when we used to go back for summer vacation to Kolkata, we used to see our Dida wearing sari and, hanging saris beautifully and keeping the saris, like folding it properly and keeping, it has a nostalgia. It's not just sari, it's something about like a huge story around it. And we always felt nostalgic because we've seen, women drape it so well and also keeping it nicely, and then again giving it out and exchanging. I've seen my ma and mashi exchanging their saris. So it's so beautiful. The fact it's so beautiful, and I think it definitely has to do with a lot with how you are brought up. Because if I didn't probably see my family wearing saris, maybe I wouldn't have I wouldn't be doing this. Maybe I don't know. Yeah. But the childhood that we have had, our families wearing saris and running around in saris, that has a strong role in what Suta is today. And also weaves, different kind of weaves. We've been experiencing different kind of weaves because our father is a transferable job. So you've seen West Bengal weaves, you've seen Odisha weaves. There's so beautiful weaves, Sambalpuri and Pashapali, and Bengal, you've seen Tat and Jamdani, and beautiful weaves, right? And in Andhra also we had Kat and Kalamkari, and all these, we kept learning different art forms and different kind of weaving techniques when we were kids, because mom used to buy them. I think that also has a major role to play. So I think being Indian has a major role to play in what today's Suta is.
Lovely. But again, a common question to all startups is that there are so many ideas, but idea in your mind versus idea coming to the table, and then the execution of the idea, the marketing of the idea. There are so many parts to it before it reaches somebody's house, before somebody decides to buy it, and then the brand becoming so popular. Can you tell me about this journey?
It feels like years and years, though it's just 5 years, it just feels for us like a lifetime. We started small. We always believed in doing a business which is small with a pilot. Like first we ran a pilot to see whether it's getting money or not. And then we launched just a Facebook page. And we used to just work through the Facebook page. And slowly we had a website, and everything was like one step after the other. We didn't have an end goal in mind. Even now, if you ask, I don't have an end goal. I know like a term goal that I would want to work with all the weavers across India. That's the end final goal. It's very unlike a brand who talks like this, because if I ask my peers or other entrepreneurs I know, most of them would have a target number, revenue number, in terms of growth. But we do not point our fingers at a number. We know the path has to rise so that it's a sustainable business. It has to grow. It can't just be a plateau. But our larger aim is what Sujata said, is to work with with mostly whoever we come across as weavers and artisans. We want to work with them. I can't say that every weaver's an artisan. That's not possible. But yeah, that's the long-term goal.
It's a passion-driven business.
It is passion-driven. Also, about creating a very happy and safe space for others, other people to work in. We wanted to. Because we worked in corporates, right? We earned really well. We were quite happy there. Life was going pretty fine according to earning and having emotions or even like lifestyle goals. Everything was fine. But then we just felt that we need to create a happy space. We need to create an impact in the society, and hence, even if there was an idea in the mind and we had to take a jump and leap and to make sure that idea is on the table, we just went ahead with it because one is passion, and second is because we knew that we had to do something and create a beautiful space. So
talking about So talking about a beautiful space. Now you are predominantly into the business of making women feel more beautiful, look more beautiful. There must have been so many beautiful moments in this journey where people must have come, the ones who dressed in your sarees, told you things. Can you tell me two, three of them? Also, we see a lot of celebrities wearing your brands now. I think I recently saw Tapsi Pannu wearing your brand somewhere. Tell me, how does that feel? And give me those defining moments now where women came and told you that, I went out wearing your sari. People looked at me, and what a thing that was.
I think it all started with the Facebook page, our business. And we didn't have a website back then. And when we shipped our first parcel, we were very frugal and we packed our own parcels and we shipped it also ourselves. I think people saw that it's a very small business and they resonated with the fact that we're working with weavers and why we are dividing the saris. And hence they started sending the pictures. And it became such a beautiful community, to be honest. And none of the customers come and say, I am a customer. They call themselves, I'm part of the Suta community. They think it's like a safe space, like a beautiful community where women praise each other, and also not just women, to be honest, men who wear our saris. There are many men who wear Suta saris.
Yeah.
And even men buying saris for their wives, mothers, daughters, whoever, and they come and share their experience and photographs with us. And it's not just that I'm going to post it. Earlier we didn't, and because there were so many stories that we had, so much of experience with the customers, we started sharing it, and we started calling them Suta Queens because we felt that they're queens in their own ways, all of us. And we started writing stories, and that's how I think Suta Queen hashtag has become like really viral, to be honest. And then the first time when we actually saw or someone wearing it was, I think, in a mall, and we were generally shopping our grocery and we were returning, and someone just came up to us and said, "Oh, I'm part of Suta community," and you won't believe, it was the first unknown person we saw in a Suta sari, because we had seen friends and family, to be honest, in Suta saris, and that was the moment you won't believe that night was so happy. And then it just continued, and now in puja pandals specifically we see so many women wearing saris. And to be honest, about the moment when we saw actresses, celebrities wearing it, the first time what happened is when we saw Dharma production check coming to us. That was like, it was so beautiful. Like, I should frame it. I should not even encash it. Somebody came in with a phone and saying, Karan Johar wants this look, and that was my photo, and I'm like, wow. So it was last stories. It was last stories. Yes, when Kiara Advani wore our saris. So so people wear our saris, and and so many celebrities now. I think so many women I know, celebrities who wore Suta sari, and many of them shop from us. And we see a lot of celebrities shopping and not even telling that I'm buying or nothing. Later we realize that they're wearing our saris, and we figure out they purchased it. So it's just I think this moment that they automatically know the brand. We didn't go out of our ways to put our feet in the Bollywood the sector, but it just happened on its own. We are elated because we have been fans of these people. We have been watching them for such a long time, and their work we appreciate. And we are fans of so many of them. And so especially because we are not from Bombay, right? For us, the film industry is like a beautiful dream nostalgia. So and in fact, wearing saris is a different story. But when they come and speak to us directly and they chat with us, they call us, that's amazing. And I message me saying, "Hey Sue," and I'm like, "Oh my God, my name." It's like, it just feels really beautiful.
An amalgamation of powers given to her by Devtas. Ma Durga carries 10 different weapons in her 10-handed physical self. We bring to you these 10 weapons. These 10 powerful women from different backgrounds of life who have ought to stand out in their respective fields.
Wow. So I specifically remember this one campaign, I think it was during Navratri, where I saw you putting out pictures of a lot of common women with extraordinary stories wearing your saris. And I think that was a beautiful campaign because it celebrates the common everyday woman of India and makes her stories feel so special. How do these ideas really happen? And what does the Suta woman eventually represent to us?
I'm really happy that you remember that campaign. That's one of the closest to my heart. Yeah, it is really special. And it's the first time I think we went out and we started celebrating. You know what used to happen when you run a business, like a small business? There are so many struggles, like you try to figure out supply chains right, finances right, and so many things to tick off that you literally are like running around all the time and not peacefully celebrating a collection. And that was the first collection when the team came together. And I'm not taking credit, just the both of us doing it. There's a huge army behind, what you see on social media. So we all came together and we thought, why don't we celebrate? Why don't we celebrate what we want to celebrate? And we took our time and we actually reached out to people and we actually charted out the plan. And I remember a shoot happened in the office, which is like a new broken office. It was not even ready. And when we called people, they were like, "What is this place?" And I'm like, "This is going to be our office." And we don't spend money. We literally don't spend money. We were so frugal, and people who came in, they loved it even more when they got to know that it's gonna be the future Suta office. And it's like the foundation that's happening now, and the shoot is happening there. And it's all. And even I know the operations head was doing the makeup, and then even the marketing person was draping the sari, and that's how we work, and that's how the entire environment is. And I think that reflects and that resonates in how what we do and what we speak. Even on social media, we are all hands-on. It's not that there's somebody else doing it and somebody else. Yeah, there's no outside agency who's coming up with the ideas. That's the beauty of it. It's all coming from our hearts and what we really want to do and what we really want to see in Suta as a brand. So when people say, was this strategy really fell well into place? But it was not really a strategy, but it was just what we're doing out from a heart, and it just resonated with people so much more. So yeah, so about ideas, and you asked us about the Suta, queen. How is the Suta woman? So I think a person who values
queen. More than Suta woman. Who is the Suta queen? Tell me, what does the Suta queen represent?
So a Suta queen is somebody who values comfort more than looks. A person who is free-spirited and is not scared of judgments. When I say independent, I'm not just saying financial independence. It's about independence in the mind, that I am an independent person, taking my own calls, buying my own products, which I love, which is comfortable to my skin. So that's Suta Queen for us. I think that's the person. Yeah, we are like vocal advocates of breaking gender stereotypes and encouraging progressive women to come forward and chase their dreams. Yeah. So as in that's the Suta Queen for us.
So a woman who makes her own choices, essentially.
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
Okay, now here's another question for women who know so much about sarees, who have been gifting sarees to this wonderful country, creating such good craft. Who are if I ask you 3 women in the country who you would admire for their looks in their sarees, then who would it be?
Oh God, it's a very difficult question. It is impossible for me to pick. Yeah, it'll be like so unfair and
I'm sure there must be somebody, that actress for beautiful sarees, or that look there.
Right away, I'll say us 3. I'll tell you probably from Bollywood. If I have to pick few, I would pick.
And it can be yesteryear actresses also. I'm like,
yes, absolutely, yeah, throughout. I really like. I really love Konkona Sen Sharma, the way she drapes sari and the way she carries it. It just feels like that's her, how she is, just sari is her. And I really love it. I love Vidya Balan's, the way she picks saris.
She's too with saris.
Yeah, because I think these are women because they are in and out in a sari. You have seen them in a sari constantly. It's not a, but I love Hema Malini, how she wears saris. How graceful and she dances wearing sarees. Yeah, there's endless and I really love. I think I love women who just unabashedly wear sarees. Like they don't have to wear in a particular style or way. I know a lot of doctors who wear sarees, like personal doctors who wear sarees in and out, and they work from morning to evening in a sari, and how beautifully they carry it. And I think it's the common day women who wear saris. I would tell you Vanita Didi, who cooks in her house. she wears sarees beautifully. I'm not kidding when I say how the way she dresses, it's so elegant. It's the way she moves in a sari. It's like she'll just move swiftly. She'll and I love it when it's like and she does this also with the sari. I love that fact, people using sari for when they're tired, they just wipe their sweat and everything. And and the way and also Vanita really she makes the place like a temple, and she's like prim and proper where she always is. Yeah. Even though she wears 3 saris in and out, but it's flawless, I would say. Yeah, I think. And there's so many people. My grandmothers, aunts, who have always seen in sari constantly. I wear saris very beautifully. Like she always drapes saris very, very well. So always loved how she wears it. Even Thakuma, like my paternal grandmother, she used to wear saris so well.
Of late, my grandma only in saris. I don't remember them wearing even salwar kameez. It was always saris.
Same here. Even later when she even had a knee replacement surgery, and she was asked to wear nightgown, which is comfortable. But she insisted that even on top of a nightgown, please drape a sari, because I like wearing saris. So there are women who just love saris, and it's just beautiful to watch them wearing, walking, doing things, and making the place beautiful. It's just, and sari is nostalgia for me. It just takes me somewhere else when I talk about saris.
Wow. So what are the next plans for Suta? Where do we see the brand going from here?
Like I said, we do not plan the outcome of Suta, but we do plan to work with as many weavers as possible. As we speak, we have been talking to so many weavers from different states of India. We're working on, different crafts, for example, Lahariya sarees, and we have had a Patachitra collection. We are again working on a next Patachitra collection. And as we speak, I think we have 150 projects going on. The projects are all running right now. So many. So they're all from different states and different kind of crafts. It's endless. Our goals are endless, and so our back end needs to be strong, is what I always say. The back end, if it's strong, rest everything will follow. So as long as your weavers association, your craftsmen are beautifully associated with the brand and they love the brand, I think rest everything else is just the number, or it's I think the next thing. It should be not the first thing to hear. It's all the back end work that happens. And also we are foraying into different kind of not just sarees, but also getting into dresses and table runners and home decor, bed sheets. So there are different places where we want to enter, but slowly, one at a time is what we do.
Okay, but what also happens, and because we are going to be talking, when we speak of a brand, we also speak about the space and in terms of profitability. Now, you are working in a very crowded neighborhood. There are many brands, there are many more pouring into this market. How has it been surviving the competition?
Like we said, when we started, we didn't think that, which brand is doing what. We didn't follow brands. We didn't think that, this should be a niche product and, nobody should be, competing with me. No, we started because we personally didn't find what we were looking at when we went for shopping a sari. When we entered local markets, because you don't know many big brands in a local space that you can buy sarees from. So the local stores, they said that plain sarees, but you're so young, you should be wearing these bright sarees, these sarees with gold border. The plain sarees are, for elderly women or widowed women. You should not be looking at that. So they just, shooed me away from that.
I love those plain sarees, that wine-colored, one plain silk saree with a beautiful blouse. Those are so elegant, and they're young. They've got so much of, I look forward to those kind of sarees. In fact, I've seen some now.
True, yeah. So that's what and also we wanted to be really comfortable, breathable, and it should not be an occasional wear, right? So we didn't find those, and we wanted to make those, and we thought that there will be like-minded people who would be looking for these and not finding. So let's start making the one which is the one she's wearing, the breathable, malmal, single-colored sarees. So that's how we started. Yeah. But to be honest, the market is literally cluttered, and I would not deny that. But again, if you do not chase numbers, the market will not be cluttered. And I'm not saying I'm just a stupid person who doesn't want to chase number. Of course, I have to have a number, certain number, so that I can have, I can provide so much work to the weavers. But again, making sure the quality is right, making sure the supply chain is perfect, so that the orders reach on time. Those kind of attributes, if you keep those numbers in mind, automatically the numbers will follow. Automatically, you will make a space for yourself where people value you for the brand you are. And that's the idea of Suta. We will keep doing good work, and the rest, success and everything will follow.
And when you talk about competition, we feel that all these brands, especially the Indian brands, I would say, I want to grow with them together. I do not want to kill one brand and say that, okay, I should be the only one in the market. No, I want all the other sari brands to rise as well, or all the sari brands as my competitor. I want all of us to rise together,
because the sari is getting celebrated. Or if the brand's working with weavers and 1,000 brands are working with weavers, good. The weavers all are getting empowered. So, and if we think like that, we all might as well fight big brands like probably H&M's and Zara. Probably we'll make space in the cupboard where probably a top is lying, probably a sari will come in. So, all of us are fighting the same battle rather than thinking of just a cluttered market in numbers term. It's better to think of what share of wardrobe you're fighting for. So in a person's wardrobe, what are you fighting for? I think we're fighting for a corner space for saris. I think that's what we all are fighting for, and that's fair.
Yeah, and we network with all entrepreneurs, and we meet, we talk together, because it's not a competition. It's a very healthy relationship that we have with a lot of startups, and I think that's the way forward.
Yeah.
That's such a noble way. It's such a nice way of looking at things, because I think the whole idea of let's grow with others and let's empower the communities is such a beautiful thought. If all businesses thought like that. So my next question is from both of you
individually. If I have to ask both of you, your favorite 3 kinds of saris and your favorite 3 kinds of saris in terms of Bhagalpuri or silk. Silk, of course, has so many parts to it, or a chikankari. What would each of you individually choose?
Okay. My favorite is the Made in Heaven Mal. That's my favorite, the one which she's wearing, because I am the most comfortable, and I feel like it's like I'm in my own skin.
And also Taniya's sweaty palm.
Yeah, I was sweaty palm.
She loves cotton when she can wipe her hands.
I wipe my hands because I get too anxious with unknown people, and so I need to hold on to something. I don't like carrying a handkerchief. So yeah, the sari has to absorb water.
Like how you said this.
Yeah, that. Yeah, so I like Made in Heaven Mal the best, and there's so many. Which one should I pick next? I think the one with modal I really love. We call it
Shimmer by the River collection.
Shimmer by the River collection.
So Malmal modal.
I think it's not that. So it can be of any brand, of course, but the material, the mal and modal material together, it gives a little shine. And I have worn these for my for my friends' weddings, and I have gotten so many compliments. Like they say that, oh, is this really cotton? Is this really natural fiber? Because it looks like something very shimmery and looks like silk. But yeah, so that, and the third one is the one with Jamdani weave. So that's my third pick. Which is because I feel that so many hands have touched it, so much of effort has gone into it, so much love has been poured into it. So I think that's my third pick. You go ahead. I think I've picked all our favorites all together.
No, I'll tell you, I have a lot of favorites. First favorite of mine would be ikats. I love ikats. Second would be hand batik sarees. And I'm not saying just silk or cotton. I love both. I equally love, cotton hand batik. I also love silk, which Taniya is wearing, silk hand batik, which has so much art, in it. The way it's created, the free hand batik, it just feels like a lot of love has been poured into a sari, and when making, a person has literally it's paid so much attention. Yeah,
it feels like I'm wearing art.
So I love batiks, and third would be my favorite would be chicken curry. I love chicken curry. I think I'll pick a fourth. I love patolas. I love silk patola sarees. Though we have very few in the collection in Suta, but I really love them. I also love Banaras. I love
What do you
Banaras.
not love?
I love so
Let
many.
me ask you another
So
question.
I think, but Tanya picked my favorite, which is the Made in Heaven Mal, which I swear by it. But apart from that, yeah, I love these weaves. I think there are many actually, but then
There are many. I mean,
I'll
it's
stop
but
here.
I think we're naming these because we have these in the cupboard and we wear it day in day out. So I think that's why these are top picks for now.
So my next question, and in fact, this is going to be my final question for day, and maybe we'll do an interview again after a year when we see you somebody walking in the Cannes Film Festival wearing your sari, hopefully. But tell me something. So my show is called Daydreamers with Himika, where we talk to people who daydream, who work towards achieving their dreams. So if I have to ask you, why should women daydream? Because a woman has so many responsibilities in the society. Why would you encourage the Indian woman to daydream wearing a suta sari, possibly?
Why not? Because dreams keeps us going, and dreams are expression of hope. So you must daydream.
Otherwise, I think what else do you have? If you don't have dreams or hope or aspiration of something, you literally are not living, right? It's not even what's the worth, is it even worth living if you don't dream yourself being something, or dream yourself being in some destination, or dream something else like a larger life for yourself. So I think dreams are a must, and along with dreams, it's very important that if you want your dreams to come true, you have to work towards that. So even if it's not like 10 steps a day, but even if it's a half step a day, take a step, towards the dream. And dream will make it, only dreams will actually let you give that path that you will work on, right? Otherwise you will just be aimless everywhere. So it's very important, and keeping it realistic also helps. But dream big. I'm not saying just dream realistic, dream big, but keep taking steps towards it, so that at the end of the day, something substantial comes out of the daydreaming. So,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Thank you so much, Sujata and Tanya. It was wonderful having you. Like I said, I was hoping and I was searching for women entrepreneurs, and I found two who are doing so incredibly well. I think social media has constantly been talking about you. So I hope our next interview happens to be when I'm beaming from somewhere in the world, and you all could be at the Cannes Film Festival, possibly doing the walk. Hopefully. Looking forward.
You definitely are a daydreamer, Himika. Yes, and you planted that on our head.
Yes.
Now.
Yes, a dream big. So I'm saying, who knows? Maybe a bigger dream. Thank you so much. Lovely having you. And I hope all the women in the next pujos, I have some weddings coming up in my family. So Suta sarees is going to be. And I'm sure for more people. Thank you so much. Lovely having you.